Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Mystery beers. Mystery beers. Yes, mystery beers. Our favorite. Don't do them a ton anymore, but lucky enough to have our boy Cameron send us off some, not just some mystery beers, but a couple bottles. Bottled mystery beer. Hearts aflutter. Hearts flutter. So, let's dive right in and see what we got going on. Okay. I wanted to do 3 beer reviews tonight. This is the second one. The first one I did was a very itty-bitty beer, so I was like, okay. This number 3, I can't really see, but I'm guessing it might be something that is a little bigger than itty-bitty. We're talking 4% beer. I kind of wanted to do a barrel-aged thing after this. Not gonna happen, probably. Classic mystery beer stylings. Paper towel, electrical tape, because we are drinking giganticness. Look at that thing. Thick. Rich thickness. Darker than I would like my coffee look like colored head. I mean, that thing is just monsters. So, barrel-aged craziness. That's my guess, at least from a distance. So, let's get a huff. Not that big. I thought it was going to punch my face off. Honestly, it's not huge aromatically. I think it's a big beer, but it's not like jumping out and just battering me all over the face with malt and richness. I couldn't even tell you from the nose if it's barrel aged. It just smells like a rich, kind of like almost Baltic porter like vibe here. A lot of malts, a lot of richness, but again, very much, I don't want to single it out as core 4 because I think there might be vanilla or marshmallow or something along the lines in there. And we'll get to that a little bit deeper actually in a taste. But it just has this kind of old schooliness to it. You know, like almost like an old school beer in a certain extent, but also with a little bit of new school adjunct. I don't know how to put it. I'm really curious to see where the actual taste goes from this. But chocolate is the name of the game here. Chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. So there could be, you know, cacao, chocolate, vanilla, a bunch of different things in there. I confuse vanilla and chocolate a lot of times aromatically, so that's why I mentioned vanilla a lot of times, and honestly, a lot of chocolate has vanilla in it. And just not a big roasted malt component, at least not a big perception of a roasted malt, bittering roasted malt on the nose. And really, just comes off, honestly, like something, I don't know, a little old school desserty. And by that I mean not a ton of adjuncts at it, just kind of just a rich beer. Let's dive in, see what we got. Cheers. That is weird. What is this? Man, I am getting battered with a metallic astringency from this thing. Good God. I mean, it's bittering. So it is bittering. But there's a staleness to this. Almost, I could say almost like... So a lot of times on like 7 to 10% porter stout, non-barrel aged, I can get a metallic astringency, especially steel based stuff. If it's hit wood for some reason, that tends to not be the case at all. And I'm getting that metallic astringency here. But there's also a really hefty duty, big bittering component with that roast, or with that astringency that is playing off each other. So I don't know if it's like... This is going to be a hard one. So I think we're at 7 to 8%. I think we're dealing with somebody's... It almost tastes oxidized. Like it has a bunch of time on it in combination with that metallic astringency. I don't like it. Man, what is this? It's going to drive me insane. I think I've had this beer before. I think it's an old school beer from an old school brewery. The roast on this is so elevated. And that's where I'm getting a bit of that metallic bitter and astringency kind of meeting together. It's almost like a really old black IPA. I've already done a black IPA in this run already of mystery beers. Hopefully you've seen that one. This one's got me kind of confused all over the place. So I'm going to keep it simple, stupid. Let's take a sip and let's just shoot from the hip. Break it down. Mouthfeel's actually nice. It has a nice consistency to it, nice richness to it. Almost porter-esque, but it's still a stout. So I think we're dealing with probably high 7s, like 7.8%. Somebody's, I almost want to go like export stout, but I think it's a little bit too high ABV for that. So I think it's just somebody's Russian Imperial Stout. Honestly, I think it's somebody's lower ABV Russian Imperial Stout. So now that I'm thinking Russian Imperial Stout, and that's kind of got to be what the impetus or the creation of the beer is. That maybe do I want to go a little bit higher? I might do that. Let's go 8.5%. Somebody's version of a Russian Imperial Stout. You can tell me there's coffee added, but I think it has a little bit of time, and I could easily say, I could easily see. That's what I wanted to say. This beer having 4 or 5 years on it. 8.5% Russian Imperial Stout. Done. That's all I got. I'm really curious to see what the hell this beer is, because this is that metallicness. You know what? And I didn't peel anything yet. There's a brewery, I think out by Cameron, that I always get big metallic notes on their dark beers, and is it Arcadia Brewing? I wonder if it's one of their beers. Let's see. I ripped a label off, so there was an upper label on this. Sorry if my eyes are drifting. The NFL playoffs are on, my team is playing, so I'm kind of half-heartedly paying attention here. So there was a top label on this. Oh! I still haven't seen anything. I can't see anything. I ripped off. You know what I could see this being? Kalamazoo. I haven't seen anything yet, I promise. Oh! Not Kalamazoo, Expedition. I swear to God I meant to say Expedition. God damn it. Oh, that makes all the sense in the world. It makes all the sense in the world. God damn it. This is what I meant to... I know it sounds like a cop-out. You saw it and you're... No, I always confuse Kalamazoo and Expedition Stout. God damn it. It hit me at the last second. I swear that's what I was thinking of. Had to contribute to the classics. There you go. Mystery beer classics. Expedition Stout, Russian Imperial Stout from Bell's Brewing Company. This Russian Imperial Stout, blah, 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 blah. Actually, it was only packaged in 2023, it looks like. Okay, so it's not all that old, but it kind of makes sense. And what is the ABV in this thing? I always forget. That's where, I guess, you know what, it might have been on a top label. I'll look it up on the internet real quick. Probably be a little bit better call to do it, Bell's. What's the ABV? Come on, let's get a win here. 10.5. 2 points off. That's not a win. Man, as I whittled towards the end, right there at the last second, I'm like starting to be like, I've had this beer. What is it? And right when I ripped that top label off, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this is the beer I was thinking of. I said Kalamazoo, I know, but this is the one that I was thinking of. That would have been fun if I actually guessed it. But I didn't. I was close, but not really. So, there you go. My computer's getting angry at me. I don't know why. And this kind of rings true. So if you go back and watch my Expedition Stout reviews, I believe I've done a couple of them. And it's always a beer I need time with. You know, I always need time on this beer. I need it to have several years of time on it. I thought this actually had a little bit of time on it already because of that metallic astringency I was confusing with an oxidative thing that was like kind of swapped off from time. It's not. It's just the way the beer is now. And I think that makes a little bit more sense now, considering why I like this beer with a bit more time on it, because all that might die off with a little bit of age. And this beer, honestly, when this beer hits like 6 to 8 years old, I think it's really, really tasty. It's just as it sits as a base, it's Russian Imperial Stout. It's just that astringency and combination with the hops kind of play on it has never been one of my better, fresher beers, but it's a very, very cool experience as a mystery beer. So thank you very much, Cameron, for the Massive Beer Review Classic Mystery Beer. There you go. I wonder how many times have I reviewed this. Watch, probably haven't reviewed it at all. Come on, why is my computer... Oh, my computer's freaking out because my computer is actually genuinely freaking out. Okay. A web page is killing my computer, and I don't know why. Expedition. So I have reviewed this 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times. Oh, no, sorry, 2 times. I reviewed it. Oh, whoa. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so I reviewed it, technically, I've reviewed it 3 times. I reviewed it, last time I reviewed it was 2021, but it was the actual barrel age version, the 35th anniversary version of it. That was the last time I reviewed it. The other 2 times I reviewed it by myself as the base. In 2000, it was a 2014 version that I reviewed in 2015. And then I posted them the same day. That's why I find this curious. Is that the second time I reviewed it was with my buddy Chucky, and we reviewed a 2007 and 2014 or 15 or whatever the last date I set, because I just clicked off my thing. So yeah, that'd be a cool one to go watch. Actually, maybe I'll link them down below, because then it'll give you the idea of what me drinking a year-old one would be, and then what me drinking a several-year-old version would be. Which I know I probably like the older one better. So there you go. Anyway, let's talk about it. It's one of the better Russian Imperial Stouts I've had as of late. It's fine. You know, I know I said I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not a negative beer. It's not a horrible beer. The metallic astringency is really what does it for me. Value availability. He wrote it was, what was it, $13.99 per 6-pack. I mean, it's always been a value proposition. And if you like what we like, if you like American-focused, American mindset Russian Imperial Stouts. By that I mean Russian Imperial Stouts typically aren't this bitter or aggressive. They tend to be bitter, but not like this. So if you like Old Rasputin and Americanized Russian Imperial Stouts, you'll dig this. There you go. Reviewing the books. Bells, have you been to the brewery? Have you had their beers? All that fun stuff. Have you had this beer? Have you had it aged? Have you had it relatively fresh? All that fun stuff down there. Mystery beers. We love them. Hopefully you enjoy us watching them, or making them so you can watch them. Again, distracted. And if you ever want to send some off, just reach out. man@massivebeers.com or massivebeers@gmail.com, or on the social medias or in the comments or whatever. Reach out. Only way we can do it. Hopefully enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a little bit of mystery beers right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers, y'all.